waste of days. Measuring the hours of your life in the paper made, now pleasure is devoured and it's getting tedious to take the pace. You're sick of staying late and rising early with a day to face, thanks. Punching numbers in the database. Pretending that you care about the day-to-day, these fucking office politics, they are enough to make your faith decay. So this morning you were staring in the mirror, clutching your razor blade, and you noticed with a shiver that your face was grey, because you realised you're actually pissed off when your train's delayed, and you got this weird feeling that you're beginning to fade away. But it's cool, because you got this girlfriend who you've been seeing for a while now, and you love her, but you don't feel the same when she smiles now. Because you only make love with the lights out, and she don't really seem as on it as she was, but it's fine. Now's the time for settling down, the time for making do. So you go home, you turn your brain off, you rent a film off pay-per-view. Sometimes you wonder what your younger self would make of you, although you're happy in your way. Happy like any of your mates from school. I mean the cooler ones, they went and got them arts jobs. So now you meet them in the bar, you watch them carry on like heartthrobs. And yeah, it always ends up messy. No matter how chilled out it starts off, all of a sudden you're gonna got yourself involved in a dance-off. You're like, oh mate, this is fucking great. I'm rushing my arse off. You stood there feeling like you're on some kind of ride that you can't stop. Now you're in the chippy, round with some prick who's got a fast gob. Oh, just another night to wake up from and laugh off. And so, life goes on in the bubble. It's tunnel vision all week, the weekends are for seeing double. How we ever gonna see that we're in trouble? We're like a dog wagging its tail, running off to fetch its own muzzle. And so, life goes on in the bubble. We're tunnel vision all week, the weekends for seeing double. How are we ever gonna see that we're in trouble? We're like a dog wagging its tail, enjoying the stench of its own muzzle. So now, you're walking through the city with your shoulders squared. You're like, man, I'm from the ends, you lot don't know the kind of load I bear. You're looking at the people that you pass with a ferocious glare. These fucking suits and ties going on like they don't know you're there. You're sick of feeling insignificant, your ambition's as brilliant as anybody else's, but your temperament is militant, cause every other day brings the death of an innocent inner city living, seeing more wakes than Finnegan. And all around you is suspicion, power games and fast living. Everybody's trying to get paid, can't even rave without someone getting stabbed over something. It's a crying shame. You're like, fuck the higher plane, I'd like a fast car and a diamond chain. It feels like everybody's out here trying to find their fame. They want their names to ring out like the alarms before the sirens came. They want to leave the people shaking like a lion's mane. They've been denied for so long, they're fucking sure they got a prize to claim. So tell me, is it time for grief or is it time for blame? I'll tell you it's time for neither, it's a time for change, mate, cause round my way, young boys are given sentences before they've learned to sign their name. And all you're trying to do is find your way through the lies and pain. Although that said, you got your heart set on some new kicks. You want them fresh black Nikes with the blue stitch. So you've been putting in the hours, moved a few bits. What's the point in aiming any higher? It seems useless. And so, it's small victories in the city full of rubbish where the people are either overfed or undernourished, where your talent's suffocated before it can be encouraged, and our true selves are completely ignored. So Kingston, what's the point in hoping for more when there are soldiers at war and they are dying without knowing what for? All you want to do is think nothing, sit and smoke up a drawer. We're going nowhere like a boat on a shore, oblivious to the ocean. We're a token of a broken, divorced generation whose throats don't know the rapport. Fuck it, just like everybody else, I have my rent to pay. All I'm trying to say is we're so caught up in the everyday, we've given all our strength away. And so, life goes on in the bubble. We're tunnel vision all week and our weekends we'll never see in double. So how are we ever going to see that we're in trouble? We're like a dog wagging its tail running off to fetch its own muzzle. There it goes. And so life goes on in the bubble. We're tunnel vision all week and our weekends we'll never see in double. So how are we ever going to see that we're in trouble? Unless we realise there's a lot more to life than the everyday struggle.